Welcome back to Spring Into Math 5. This is Mr. Stein here again, and today we're going to be dividing decimals using models. Okay, so we've talked models before. We did models with addition, subtraction of decimals. We just recently did models with multiplying decimals. Now it's division's turn. So you can use base 10 blocks to help you divide decimals by whole numbers. First, model the decimal with base 10 blocks. So that's going to be our first step, is to devise a model that visually represents it. Then divide the decimal equally into groups. Okay, so we have 3 and 6/10 divided by 3. So I'm already going to give you the answer because the point is not to actually figure it out this way, but is to really dive in and see it conceptually so that you really understand what dividing decimals really looks like. So the end result is going to be 1 and 2/10. So let's show first the 3 and 6/10. So you can see here, I'm going to highlight them. I have 3 whole hundredths, excuse me, I don't want to say hundreds, hundredths filled in. So 3 full hundredths, it's like having 300 pennies, I'd have $3. So I have these 300th flats filled out. That's why I have the 3. And then I have 6/10 over here also to be divided by. Okay, so remember, dividing is all about equal groups if possible. So sometimes you have remainders, but mostly we're talking equal groups. So if I have those 3 and then I had 6/10, if I put them into equal groups, let's count them. I have one hole here, 2 holes, 3 holes. So I've divided my holes up, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/10. So when I divide them into 3 different groups, each group gets 1 and 2/10 in it. So that's why the answer to 3 and 6/10 divided by 3 is 1 and 2/10. Okay, so let's look at another one and look at it a little bit differently. So we have 3 and 2/10 divided by 4. Okay, so this time we're gonna figure out the answer together. So we're gonna show the model. So we have our 3. You can see our represented here by the blue. We have 3 whole numbers because the whole flat is filled in. And then I have 2/10 bars right here. So I have 3 and 2/10. So now I'm going to split it into 4 equal parts. So you're going to have to break the hundreds blocks into 10 blocks first, because it's not like before where it just kind of fit perfectly in. This one's not going to be quite so easy. So I have to break up all of those hundreds into 10/10s. So you can see here where I had 1 whole, I now have 10/10s, 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 and then I have my 2/10s just hanging out just like before. Okay, so now we're going to divide them into equal parts. So with this, you would just take all of those tenths and put them into different groups. So you can see here I have 1 group of 8, 2 groups of 8, 3 groups of 8, 4 equal groups of 8. So since I have 4 equal groups of 8/10, my answer is 8/10. So 3 and 2/10 divided by 4 is 8/10. So remember, when you're dividing decimals or dividing in general, you're always getting smaller because you're making groups of things. If I'm sharing something, I'm going to have less than if I didn't share it. So keep that in mind with dividing in general, and especially dividing decimals. Okay, so I hope that visual representation really kind of got home the idea of how to divide decimals. Remember, when you're just dividing them, just bring that decimal point right up. If you're using models, draw out all those models, split them up into the right groups, and you'll get it every time. See you next time.